The 8-year assault on your Second Amendment freedoms has come to a crashing end. I like taking the guns early. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
Well, I say go fuck yourself. Then ask a question, could I kill a man? I would enjoy myself. You can't disguise evil eyes that burn a hole in my head. This devil man and his master plan. We feel so misled, so I say, rise up, take all back. Rise up, take it all back. Rise up. Hope you all understand. We got to take it all back again.
These people are not going to take it any longer. We will never give up. We will never concede. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. But go home and go home in peace. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. You do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
What is up, all my peeps? What's up, Irish? Gerald? How y'all doing? It is Friday. Hells yeah. It is Friday. I got a haircut. Finally did I get a fucking haircut. I don't have to wear that damn hat anymore. Sweaty, stinks like fucking barbecue. Riddle likes it. She gets up on me, starts sniffing me like Joe Biden coming up behind me. Oh, you smell like barbecue. Get off of me, creeper. All right. How y'all doing? It is Friday. It is the weekend. I hope everybody's going to have a great weekend. Gerald says it's been a long day and it's dragging. Well, I hope your day is almost over. I've got a little extra special. Today, we're not only doing the evening catch-up, what we're doing well, I've already watched it. We're doing an introduction to a new artist, music, rap, that I think you guys might like. If you're into that kind of stuff, I just discovered him today. I was actually this is why I don't have like all my songs on my phone or an MP3 player. I like Pandora personally, because when I do a playlist, and I don't have the paid version of it, I put the artist that I want to listen to. Today was Tom McDonald. You know, I was like, I'll listen to some Tom McDonald on the way to get my hair cut. On the way back, same station, this person I'd never heard of before named Burden comes on, and I am digging it. That one was We the People. So already you know it's going to be lit. That's not the one we're going to listen to. We're going to be listening to Message from America. But I will tell you right now, if you want to go down a rabbit hole and you like this kind of music, I think you guys might like this. So here we go. He doesn't have a lot of subs. 206,000 is not a lot for somebody who's independent rap game, and hopefully he'll get more. I know some of the reaction channels have been doing his reactions, so I'm not a reaction channel, but I think about doing it once in a while just because I watch a lot of reaction channels. It's my thing. I don't know why. What is the thing? Does anybody else have that? Where, you know, it's like, why am I even watching this? But I'm so fucking involved in it, I can't turn away. It's the same thing with reaction channels. I don't know. It's especially with like an artist. One of my favorite things to do actually is to go around YouTube and find people being introduced to, like, let's say, just for example, Tom McDonald for the very first time. Because it's always the same thing. Who the fuck is this and why haven't I heard of him? And I always like that shit. All right. Let's do this. Everything's working. Cool. Nobody's chatting. Just how I like it.
Whom it may concern, America's in distress. With our future on the line, look around, it's a mess. We took a turn. Now everything you say is offensive, and we slowly losing our freedom and got no defense.
We can raise the black flag if they want war. Had mercy for the enemy, but don't know more. We can raise the black flag if they want war. Had mercy for the enemy, but don't know more.
I have a message from America, but I don't know what I can say. They want to silence my voice, taking amendments away. Why California feel like communism out in LA? With 20,000 troops in DC, gave them nowhere to stay. When Donald Trump left, he left that shit perfect in place. But Biden killed thousands of jobs on his very first day. Yeah, that's crazy. And I ain't even come to preach no MAGA word, but China's got ships around our coast, if you haven't heard.
Referencing the whole China. You remember, that was in the story. Shit. Irish fucking texted me like, dude, it's going to be World War III. China's surrounding the United States with ships. I'm like, okay, all right.
Now, I don't know if that's a problem for you, but I ain't trying to go out like that after all I've been through. Our Constitution died, I just went and bought me a suit. See, if they come for the guns, Patriots probably gon' shoot. I shouldn't address this, but some men in some dresses can now piss in the ladies' room with your teenage daughter. But hey,
Some men in some dresses can now piss next to your daughters. Something to that effect.
piss in the ladies'
Hold on, let me rewind it a little bit.
dresses, but some men in some dresses can now piss in the ladies' room with your teenage daughter. But hey, equality, right? Tell it to the future victims all around the country. Life's about to get harder. We're making concern. America's in distress. With our future on the line, look around, it's a mess. We took a turn. Now everything you say is offensive, and we slowly losing our freedom, ain't got no defense.
We can raise the black flag if they want war. Had mercy for the enemy, but don't know more. We can raise the black flag if they want war. Had mercy for the enemy, but don't know more.
Now they pushing vaccines on us. Kinda feel like population control, if I'm being honest.
I'm just saying, there's a big movement in the what was it? In the music industry, especially in the independent. Now, in the ones that are signed to a label and shit like that, they are told what to say, and a lot of the music is there to separate people. The stuff that's on the radio is the people that have been signed, but the people that are independent and they're doing it independently, they don't have to go with what a label says, and they're speaking some real truth on that. Another one I really like, even though he got my stream turned off. You remember that shit a while back? I decided to play Chris Webby, and like right at the end of the song, my stream got shut down because I played the song as an intro and not as, like, you know, commentary. I would imagine if I was doing this with the Chris Webby song, where I pause it and I talk about it, it probably would have been fine. But like the whole song in its entirety, I think that's a no with Chris Webby. But I still like Chris Webby, and he's left leaning. He fucked around with Bernie Sanders for a while, but stuff like that. All right, let me rewind it just a little bit.
I feel like population control if I'm being honest. Side effects, cerebral palsy and death, but yet they give it to us and expect us all to inject. We the people, be the pawns, the punching bags, the beat upon. The media conceals a bunch of truth that you should read upon. People acting like they woke. I say America's been stolen. They just laugh like it's a joke. Ain't gonna be nobody laughing in the end because your loss is my loss and they just mastering they plan. Aren't you excited? While hate is so invited, our states are not united, our races are divided. Hold up. You still need proof of the elite when the American president couldn't even make a tweet on what them trading apps did for hedge funds on Wall Street and stole from millions of people in GameStop and AMC. And what we do, sit back and take it, we'll get the loot. Long as they have that Dominion voting system, we screwed. And that
He went into the Dominion voting system. There was one, I thought it was this video. It might not be, but there's a video of his where he is talking about police brutality on not just black people, but on all Americans. And he actually shows a scene, not the scene, not where the guy actually got killed, but showed part of the scene of the guy in Mesa in the hotel room with the cop where he, raising his hands way up and they still shoot him, which I thought was pretty cool.
the truth. So patriots take a stand, cause don't nobody care about that SOS in the sand. But main concern, America's in distress, with our future on the line. Look around, it's a mess, we took a turn. Now everything you say is offensive, and we slowly losing our freedom, ain't got no defense.
We can raise the black flag if they want war. Had mercy for the enemy, but don't know more. We can raise the black flag if they want war. Had mercy for the enemy, but don't know more.
All right, so that's the video that I wanted to share kind of with y'all. You can go down that rabbit hole if you want. There's a few other good ones, right? White Privilege is a decent one. Riot for Me with Mises. I think it's called Mises. I watched this one. This one is fire. I like this one a lot. Basically saying nobody's going to riot for me because I'm not the right color. White Privilege, he's calling that out. A few others. Now, if you are interested in this dude, check out the descriptions. He should be in the descriptions right at the very top. It will take you to this video, which is his channel, and you can go sub to him if you want, or check out his catalog. Personally, I'll be doing that later. Probably not tonight, though, because I have a busy night planned. All right. Did you guys like it? You there? All right, let's get to what's going on. I haven't really been watching much of the news today. Today's been kind of a busy-ish day, and haven't watched any YouTube videos on what's going on in the world right now. So if you guys have anything that you don't see me talking about, let me know in the comments below. Despite strong GOP resistance, some Republicans are supporting Biden's vax push. Well, we definitely need to know who these people are so we can remind ourselves later on. You spitting the truth? Oh, yep, spitting the truth. Yeah, and a lot of people that don't listen and don't go through those kind of, rabbit holes on YouTube, they might think, fuck the youth. They don't know shit. That dude is probably in his 20s or younger. And I'm telling you, there is a big counterculture now is conservatism. And you're not alone in your beliefs. There's a lot of people that are of sane mind. This one has 206,000 subscribers. This video's got 924,000 views. Not to mention all the reactors who react to it. Right? And that's just one person. You have Tom McDonald, who actually goes against both sides, right? Look at Snowflakes from Tom McDonald, right? He was talking about screw a pronoun when everybody's a retard, and it was Blair White, who I didn't even know who Blair White was. I was like, I don't know who that chick is, but damn, she looking hot. I got bamboozled. It's a dude. And it was funny because he got a conservative trans person on there to do the pronoun line, which I thought was unique. Anyway, y'all should check out music like that. It's not, I mean, yeah, rap's not for everybody. Some people don't like it. That's fine if you don't. But there is a big push like that. I don't know really. This is why I'm not going to do reaction channels. I don't even know how to speak. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a night. What do you think, Riddle? We used to do coin night, but I kind of got rid of most of my coins because I had to. But maybe Friday nights could be reaction night as well. I'll save like a not all reaction, but you know, like one video or something real quick. Yeah. Republican politicians were under increasing pressure to persuade the sniffle shot skeptics to roll up their sleeves and take the shot as the Biden administration faces a wall of resistance with only half the country full. You know what? How is it only half the country? Didn't they say that it was 69% before July 4th? That's more than half. Here's the other thing. You remember the 3%, right? 3%. Only 3% of the colonists decided to take up arms against the British government and take back what was that, make a new country. Only 3%. I'll tell you what, right now, it's looking like it's at least 30. Drop it down a little bit. At least 30%. And I wouldn't say that they're gonna do anything when shit comes, because it's coming at some point. Something's happening. But that's a big percentage. If even half of those people are like, I ain't gonna do it no matter what, that's still way more than 3%. Amid an aggressive public relations push, there were signs that the messaging was changing this week, even as some conservative leaders advocated for getting your shot. On Fox News, host Sean Hannity implored his viewers to please take the sniffles seriously, saying enough people have died. Wow, Sean Hannity is bowed now, huh? Chuck Grassley on Twitter encouraged all eligible Iowans and Americans to get the shot. The Delta variant scares me, he wrote. Louisiana Representative Steve Scalise, House Republican whip, distributed pictures of himself receiving his first dose of the shot this last weekend after months of holding out. In Florida, Republican Governor Ron DeSantis. What? Ron DeSantis has been selling campaign merchandise mocking mask and medical expert this week pointed to data showing the vast majority of hospitalized sniffle patients are unshotted. These shots are saving lives, he said. In Alabama, Republican Governor Kay Ivey voiced exasperation as she pleaded with residents to protect themselves. Folks are supposed to have common sense, she told reporters. The unshotted folks that are letting us down. I've done all I know how to do. I can encourage you to do something, but I can't make you take care of yourself. Exactly. You can't make us do shit. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Nonetheless, Ivy said that she would not force students to wear masks when school resumes and would leave that decision up to local school districts. Well, you leave it up to them. You know exactly what's going to happen. The pleas come as the sniffles cases have nearly tripled in the U.S. over the last 2 weeks, driven by the arrival of the new Delta variant. The outbreak is surging in pockets of the country where shot rates are low and where the Biden administration has been secretly shipping illegal immigrants from the southern border, some of who came from countries with even the most abysmal shot rates. Now that is an important thing. In fact, okay, cool. It is the next story. The outbreak is surging in pockets of the country where the shot rates are low and where the Biden administration has been secretly shipping illegal immigrants from the southern border. While there's no indication that the mortality rates have increased substantially alongside the case reports, fearmongers continue to hype up the mutant strain, claiming it's at least twice as contagious as the original version. Well, you better quadruple mask. I think they finally realized that if their people aren't got the shot, they're going to get sick, and if their people don't have the shot, they're going to get blamed for the sniffle outbreaks in the future," said Rhino pollster Frank Luntz. I like how he just added the rhino part. Who had been working on the Biden administration and public health officials to craft effective messaging to bring the shot hesitant off the fence. But Luntz, who conducted another focus group Wednesday, even with shot holdouts, said there has been a discernible shift in recent weeks as skepticism has solidified into hardened refusal. Well, you know why it went from skepticism to hardened refusal? Because they be pushing it so damn hard. What's up, Broken Patriot? How you doing? And the next strain will be 3 times worse than 4 times. Exactly. And the more they push, the more the people who are holding out think, damn, they really want me to get it, don't they? And I think people are pretty smart. You can see the fear mongering that they're trying to achieve by doing this. Let's see. Once you're opposed, it's very hard to change that position, and that's what's happening right now, he said. His focus groups, Luntz said that many skeptics have struggled to assess the veracity of the things they read about and hear. There's so much information out there. That's the problem, misinformation. And they can't tell the difference between what is accurate and what is fake, he said. How about this? Maybe people are like, you know what? If I get it, I get it. I'll take my chances. I ain't going to inject myself with some foreign shit that I don't know what's in. The FDA hasn't even really went through the whole thing yet. And I've heard many reports of people getting some really fucked up shit from it. So it makes it virtually impossible to communicate when they don't know what to believe. Only 51% of Republicans said they have received at least 1 dose, and among unshotted Republicans, just 12% said they were planning to get the shot, while 32% said they probably wouldn't, and 56% said they definitely won't. Okay, so 51% of Republicans have received 1. That's more than half by a little bit. The ones that haven't gotten the shot, 56 of those percent, so that's a quarter, 25% said they definitely will not. Of Republicans, people who identify as Republicans anyway. In Washington, the GOP-led Doctors Caucus gathered at Capitol Thursday for an event to combat shot hesitancy, but the news conference highlighted Republicans' conflicting views on the sniffles. The group instead spent most of its time railing against China and criticizing Democrats, including Nancy Pelosi and the Biden administration, for not doing more to get to the bottom of the lab leak theory. The question is why are Democrats stonewalling our efforts to uncover the origins of the sniffles, said Representative Elsie Stefank, the number 3 Republican in the House. While some Republicans may use strong words to promote the shot, few are proposing new measures to urge getting the shot, such as incentives, public information campaigns, or more aggressive outreach. How about lotteries? Everybody likes to be a millionaire. In New Hampshire, where shots have slowed to about 1,000 per week, Republican Governor Chris Sununu said there are no immediate plans to launch new initiatives. Right now, it's folks' individual responsibility. If someone hasn't gotten the shot at this point, they've made the conscious decision not to, he said on Thursday. The government's job is to provide that open door. If you want the shot, here it is. Nice and easy, he continued. If you need more information, here it is. So you have every tool in the toolbox available to you and your family to make that decision. Yep. Just like you have a decision when you get into your car, and it could be any car, because every car can go faster than the speed limit. Well, I guess there are probably some cars that can't go up to 65 miles an hour. But you can get into your car and decide, you know what? I'm going to drive like an idiot today. I think I want to go down the wrong lane of a highway. Just for the shits and the giggles. Everybody has to make their own choices in life. If the jab was good, why are states bribing people to get it? I don't know. I can't tell you anything about the sniffle shot. That is a personal choice on you. I've decided for my personal choice, I am not getting it. Mainly, a few reasons why. There's quite a few reasons. For one, they rushed it. For 2, I don't think it's bad enough to require a shot for. I think the survival rate of it is even and this is coming from somebody who is high risk. I think even high risk, I have a better chance of surviving it than whatever I might get from getting that shot. Now, the side effects from those shots, they're not it's not a majority of people who are getting brain aneurysms or blood clots in the brain or any of this other stuff, right? That's a small portion. So the chances of getting that are very small, but you still take that chance. And who knows what comes down the road. As I said, this has only been out for a little while. I mean, they rushed that, and that's Trump's fault. They rushed the hell out of that. And I don't even want to take a flu shot. Why? Why don't I want to take a flu shot? Because they push it so damn hard. So yeah, they're pushing this harder than the flu shot. Man, back in the day, I could get a flu shot at Walgreens. I don't think they had them at Circle K, but you could get a flu shot anywhere. Groceries, I can get a sniffle shot in the grocery store. Think of that. Does this grocery store know how to store this shit? How to handle it? Am I going to get a good batch or one that sat out in the sun for an hour? Here in Arizona, shit heats up quick. Although we've been having rain for like 24 hours now. A Chevrolet struggles to hit 60. A Chevette. Well, I was thinking of those like little Fiats and a few of those little like roller skate cars, or it'll call a smart car. That's what it is, smart car. I don't think a smart car could probably hit 65, but I don't know. I've never ridden in one. All right. Border town bus companies overwhelmed as the Biden administration secretly ships illegals. We heard a little bit about that in this one. The Biden administration is shipping busfuls of illegal immigrants detained near the southern border to other parts of the country, according to the New York Post. Throughout the border crisis, the 4 bus companies that operate out of McAllen, Texas, have added as many as 6 daily routes out of the region to accommodate the influx of illegal immigrants. You remember when people went down to the southern border and blocked those buses, or tried to at first? Why isn't nobody doing that in Texas right now, or are we just not hearing about it? But the companies are still having a difficult time keeping up, he added. We don't have enough private bus seats to get everyone out, he said. Greyhound Lines confirmed that there had been a spike in demand out of Texas region and that some of the increase can be attributed to the migrant travel. The bus service also said it would welcome assistance from the government as it works to complete trips requested by border agents. It was reported earlier this summer that the Biden administration officials have been secretly flying unaccompanied minors to cities across the country in the middle of the night. In Tennessee, Chattanooga, Wilson Air Center has been receiving planes carrying migrant children who are then being bused to multiple cities in the area at late hours. Which apparently these are the same locations where we're getting spikes and sniffles. That's interesting. Isn't that interesting? That is very interesting, everybody. A smart car can get to 109? No. 109 miles an hour in a smart car. I dare somebody to do it. I gotta see that. I mean, I've seen people soup them up. There was, if you guys ever watch, who was it? It was on the History Channel. They used to do stuff for the Pawn Stars. It's the Count. He goes by the Count. He does car restoration. Shit, I don't remember, but he had a guy on there always saying horny Mike, and he made a horned out smart car and souped it up. I'll do it. I don't know, man. I might, but I don't buy a smart car. Maybe I will. I don't know. Oh, maybe I will. Can we get one that's a dump, or what is that? A dung? Donk. Can we make a smart car into a donk?
That would be hilarious.
If you don't know what a donk is, I didn't either. Apparently, it's when you take a car and you give it massive wheels. We've seen them on like a Crown Vic, and one of them was a Ford Taurus. All right, it's a Ford Taurus that's got like 40-inch rims. Anyway, a video obtained by a local news network shows dozens of children carrying bags as they deboard the plane shortly before 1:30 in the morning. Senator Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee slammed the Biden administration for shipping its border crisis to the rest of the country. Well, then ship them back. Why aren't these governors? Why can't the senator from, Tennessee, why can't they send them back? Like, no, you're not sending them here. It's absolutely unacceptable that the Biden administration is facilitating a mass migration under the cover of darkness without any input or oversight from the Tennesseans and the affected communities, Blackburn added. Exactly. What, are you going to do anything about it? She also tweeted, Biden has caused countless illegal aliens to flood our borders, overwhelming Border Patrol who have been able to apprehend just 500,000 of them. Now he is secretly transporting them throughout the United States. Yeah, okay. Can you do anything about it? She could do a lot more about it than I can. I bet your wife hit 120. I did 115 on my car on your trip. I haven't really sped a lot. I think the fastest I ever went was in my 66 Rambler station wagon. It was a straight 6. And I was coming from Prescott down to Phoenix. And there's I-17. It's kind of windy a little bit as you're coming down the mountain. But it's still sloped. And right near the end, it's still sloped, but it's not as windy. And I cranked that fucker up. And the only thing, my speedometer, it took a while to get to where you'd have to stay at a speed for a while because it was sticky, right? So it took a while to get to the speed you were going to. So I didn't know how fast I was going until, I'm going that fast. Everything's rattling. And I'm like, yeah. And then I look down at the speedometer and it's at 120, which is the highest that the speedometer goes. So I'm thinking I went at least 120, maybe faster. That was fun. Ooh, Broken Patriot has a news. Kansas Turnpike at 2 a.m. Donk Racing, the masterminds behind the giant turbos, flashy rims, and spectacular builds. That's not much of a donk. I mean, that might be a racing donk, but some of them are just redonkulous, and that's what, like something like this. Yeah, that's a donk. I'd like to see somebody do that with a smart car. I think it'd be funny. All right. Was that the end of the... Yeah, that was the end of the story. Bob Dole. I don't know. Anybody give a shit about Bob Dole? I'm a Trumper, he says. Did you know that Bob Troll? Did you know that Bob Dole is a Trumper? But I'm trumped out. In an interview celebrating his 98th birthday, Republican Bob Dole, you're getting close there, brother. The former Senate Majority Leader and presidential candidate said that while he still supports the former President Trump, he's got Trump fatigue. He expressed disappointment that Trump made claims of election darfing without sharing evidence. Oh my God, bro. Really? Did you even look for any of it yourself? It's out there. There's plenty of things, including Arizona, which hopefully we'll get those answers soon. And you know what? I don't even care what side that's on. If they come out in Arizona and say Joe Biden won this state, yes, there was a little bit here and there, but it was no widespread, and you know what? It's legitimate, and we still say that we put the right person for our state down. I'm going to be happy with that. I'm going to move on with that. Okay, Arizona, no widespread darfing. Gotcha. I hope you all do too. We have other things that we can bitch about. Some people still talking about how we never landed on the fucking moon. What does that matter? It's also like arguing with people the world is flat, right? Okay. Why should I care? They're lying to us. Okay. Yeah, we all know the government lies to us. Everybody knows that. Even the left knows that. So if the earth is flat, what does it matter? Is it going to change anything in my life? No, it's not. Did we land on the moon or not? Don't know. Don't care. Does it change anything? No, it does not. So they spent more of our money. Well, be mad that they're spending our money on frivolous shit. Not if we landed on the moon or if it was all a hoax or whatever. Worry about shit like 9/11 and why we have little balls of thermite all over the frickin' ground over there. Worry about stuff that actually affects people's lives. All right. Dole said that U.S. has lost something recently, striking a tone to cast blame on both Republicans and Democrats. I can't get my hands on it, said Dole. That's what she said, but we're just not quite where we should be as the greatest democracy in the world. We're not a democracy. I learned yesterday that we're an oligarchy. I didn't know the word of that, but I would, after looking into it a little bit. You didn't know he was still alive? Me neither. Me neither. And I don't know how you correct it, but I keep hoping that there will be a change in my lifetime. If anything in your lifetime, there's going to be even more divisiveness and possible shootings. Who knows? I can't get my hands on it, said Dole, but we're just not quite. Oh, I read that. Dole served in the. I don't care. Okay, I'm done with that one. Trump at an Ohio rally. Biden a total catastrophe. Former President Trump emphasized the rampant DARFing in the thing that happened last November as he returned to the rally stage Saturday, June 27th. Oh, that's an old one. That's an old one, isn't it? Yeah, that's an old one. Yeah, we're in July. Screw that. I must have misclicked on that one. ALA. Is that Alabama? Alabama GOP governor blames the unshotted folks for the sniffle spike. I wonder if I can watch this. Alabama. Kay Ivey on getting Alabama residents. Let's see how long.
I want folks to get vaccinated. That's the cure. That prevents it.
She just said it was the cure and it prevents it. I've heard that people have gotten the shots, still get the sniffles. Haven't you heard that? I'm pretty sure I've heard that.
I want folks to get vaccinated. That's the cure. That prevents everything. Why we want to mess around with just temporary stuff? We
I don't know.
need to encourage people to.
Maybe I don't want to change my DNA.
With curing this disease, let's get it done, and we know what it takes to get it done. Let's get a shot in your arm. And so I've done it. It's safe. It's effective. The data proves that it works.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't cost you anything.
No, it's totally free.
Lives.
What about those students who are too young to be vaccinated and are returning to school in a few weeks? Are you recommending for them to wear masks in class?
That's left up to every school.
I don't know who this is. It's the first time I've ever seen
All right, and we've got time for one final question right here.
Talk about the vaccine saving lives, but Alabama still is last in the country when it comes to vaccination rates. Besides, this emotional plea you just
Alabama,
what is it
nice.
take to get people to get shots?
Alabama is last in the shot race.
Folks supposed to have common sense. But it's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks, not the regular folks.
It's time to start blaming the unshotted folks instead of what?
Vaccinated folks, not the regular.
Oh, not the regular folks.
But it's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks, not the regular folks. It's the unvaccinated folks that let us down.
But as a leader of the state, don't you think it's your responsibility to try and help get this situation under control?
I've done all I know how to do. I can encourage you to do something, but I can't make you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
All right, last question right here.
One quick unrelated COVID question. You might have heard there's a city councilman in Tarrant who used the N-word during a council meeting. There's calls for him to resign from office.
Somebody used the
What are your
N-word?
thoughts? Do you think he should resign for using that word?
That's between him and his constituents.
Calls
Oh.
for him to resign from office.
Hold up.
Use the N-word during a
Who was it?
Question right here.
One quick unrelated COVID question. You might have heard there's a city councilman in Tarrant who
City councilman in Tarrant? Is that in Louisiana?
in Tarrant who used the N-word during a COVID question. You might have heard there's a city councilman in Tarrant who used the N-word during a council meeting.
All right, last question right here.
One quick unrelated COVID question. You might have heard there's a city councilman in Tarrant who used the N-word during a council meeting. There's calls for him to resign from office. What are your thoughts? Do you think he should resign?
I don't know. That just struck me funny there for a second. What's up, Saints and Sappers? How you doing? He's a rhino. Time for her to retire. Yeah. Alabama governor blamed unshotted folks for allowing the sniffles to keep spreading and calling the shots a cure. Alabama has the lowest shot rate in the country, with 39.6% of the state's residents 12 years and older having received a full sniffle shot. Wow, that's under half. Good job, Alabamas. American as a whole has a 48.8% shot rate. Wait, I don't understand. Can somebody here tell me how Joe Biden goes on television and says that we're at 69% vaccination? Damn it. We have 69% of the American people that are able to receive the shot that have gotten it. 69%. We wanted to get to 70 by the 4th of July, but it didn't work out. And now they're saying only 48.8% have gotten the shot. What's up, Saints? A local reporter asked Ivy how she planned to increase the state's shot rate. I don't know. You tell me, she responded. Well, you got to love that from your leader. Folks supposed to have common sense, but it's time to start blaming the unshotted folks, not the regular folks. It's the unshotted folks that are letting us down. Yeah, she's like, I don't know why anybody wouldn't want it. It's the cure. People still get it, and people have still died from it after getting the shot, as far as I'm aware. Now, I don't know the percentages and all that, but I know it's happened. So you to come out and say it's the fucking cure? That's false. Ivy said that the sniffle shots offer complete protection from the sniffles, including the media-hyped Delta variant, without any threat to recipients. Yeah. We already heard her talk. She ignored the fact that sniffle shots have caused thousands of severe adverse reactions, including heart inflammation in young, otherwise healthy people. Receiving the shot frequently causes the same symptoms as naturally contracting the sniffles. The CDC lists tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, fever, nausea as common side effects. The shot does not guarantee protection against the sniffles, despite Ivy's assurances. The CDC reports about 5,500 fully shotted up people have tested positive for the sniffles and were then hospitalized or pronounced dead. See? I knew it. I just didn't know the numbers. The CDC director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, maintains that about 99.5% of all sniffle cases occur in the unshotted people. That sounds like the survivability rate as well. The data proves that it works, Ivy said. Doesn't cost you anything. It saves lives. The governor did not, like President Joe Biden suggests, door-to-door shot squads or other forceful means to jab the state's skeptical citizens. She says, she has done all I know how to do. I can encourage you to do something. Yeah, we already read that. Ivy's comments come as corporate media and the Democratic Party spread fear about the Delta variant, which reportedly comprises 83% of the sniffles and infections, and issue existential warnings about the pandemic of the unshotted. Unshotted Americans do not fear a new variant, and most still have no intentions to get the shot. A APNORC poll found that 80% of the unshotted people do not plan to get the shot, though 16% probably will, and 3% definitely will. Okay, so out of the 80%, we have 3 people that will get it, they just haven't gotten it yet. That drops this number down to, quick math, 77? 16% probably will, so 6, that's 19, so that's like 61%. 61%, which is actually not that hot. Or is that 71%? No. Yeah. Of the people who have avoided the shot, 64% do not believe it would protect them against the Delta variant or other sniffle mutations. Of shotted Americans, however, 86% believe they will be protected against new variants. These suspicions have gained additional weight as Pfizer negotiates with the Food and Drug Administration to begin the authorization process for a 3rd dose booster shot. Effective shots for adults rarely require boosters. Other unshotted Americans do not want this shot because the White House, corporate media, and social media have taken coordinated steps to censor, oh yeah, that's another big one, That's another reason why I don't want it. Not only are they pushing it this freaking hard, but any dissenting opinion, and that's coming not just from me. I'm just a guy on YouTube. I have no medical background at all. But you had doctors on the Capitol steps. There's a lot of doctors out there and a lot of scientists out there that don't agree with the official narrative, and you don't hear about them, or if you do, you heard about them once and never again, because they get quick to censor them. Why do you need to censor stuff that is not true? Right? Let's say these doctors are full of shit. Why censor them then? Why not let it out? Show it. And then have your own scientists say, well, this is where they're wrong. I can prove it this way, and this way. Why don't you do that? Instead of arguing on the facts, they shut it down and pretend it never happened. Call them conspiracy theorists. Think that swallowing a flashlight will cure your disease. Right? They belittle, demonize, suppress, which makes you think, well, something in there they can't argue. And if they can't argue, they're resorted to getting rid of them, which means there's something there of truth. To censor open conversation about its efficacy and safety. We always knew some proportion of the population would be difficult to persuade no matter what the data showed. A lot of people are beyond persuasion, said Dr. Amesh Adalaja, an infectious disease specialist at Johns Hopkins University. Well, I think the shotted rate would have been a lot higher. It's just my personal opinion. If they hadn't suppressed other people. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe more people would have decided not to get it because, there's a lot of people that are saying it's bad for you. Who knows? She needs to put down the bottle. All right. We're going to get to some fluff pieces. I don't know how much I'm going to do this. The NFL coerces players, threatens to disrupt season with draconian new shot rules. All right. I'm curious. I don't really watch football. I don't know if anybody here watch football? I used to watch the NFL a lot. I rooted for my Cardinals, and when they went to the Super Bowl against the Steelers quite a few years ago, man, that was exciting times. The Suns were in the finals of the NBA. I caught like one game, maybe not even a full game. It was just part of a game, but to be honest, man, it was kind of cool. Me and Riddle were in an Applebee's. We were having dinner because we were out late or whatever, and we didn't have any, we didn't want to go home and cook. So we're like, well, let's just go to Applebee's. So we're going there, and there's a Phoenix Suns game on. I think it was game 2, and the Suns won it, and they'd already won the first game. And then all of a sudden, because basketball was my first sport that I loved, and I was introduced to basketball from my father. And my father was a diehard Suns fan. So I was a diehard Suns fan. And I grew up in Arizona, so it just made sense. And in 93, I was a junior in high school. And I remember to this day how that all played out. That was, I don't remember. I don't think it was the final game of the series. It might have been game 6. But it was a game that we had to win or we weren't going, we would lose. It was the final game. And it went to triple overtime. I was out at a camp meeting, and my mom wanted to go home. And I was like, Mom, there's only like 2 minutes left in the game. Can we just wait until the game is over? Because this is like really important. This game 7. I don't want to miss it. She's like, yeah, sure, no problem. It went into triple overtime. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom. It might be over soon. It did end, and we lost, and I was sad, and it was the worst day of my life. But, life goes on. All right. Amid a new surge in sniffles, fear-mongering, the NFL recently announced the shot policies that could create even more disruptions to the upcoming football season than its mitigation efforts did in the topsy-turvy 2020 season. In an apparent bid to use peer pressure to coerce anti-shot players, the league had announced previously that it would single out unshotted team members for a spat of degrading restrictions, limiting their travel, workouts, and the ability to gather socially with teammates, as well as imposing over-the-top masking demands. How are they allowed to ask you your health issues? That's one thing I want to know. Isn't that a violation? On Thursday, amid a brewing debate amongst players and team owners about whether to comply with the policies, the league issued a new memo threatening to hold objectors responsible for any outbreaks that occurred. Commissioner Roger Goodell said teams who were forced to delay a game due to an outbreak among unshotted players would forfeit the game and be credited with a loss rather than allowing the games to be rescheduled. Both teams and players also would be on the hook for financial losses and would be subject to additional disciplinary actions, Goodell threatened. In response, at least one top player openly pondered retirement. Never thought I would say this, but being put in a position to hurt my team because I don't want to partake in the shot is making me question my future in the NFL, said All-Pro wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins in a Twitter statement. Don't know who he is, but apparently he's a big name. Hopkins, who was traded to the Arizona Cardinals. Damn it. No, not the Arizona Cardinals. We need good players. I don't watch it. I don't watch football anyway, so it doesn't matter. But as I was saying about the whole Applebee's thing, I was still rooting them on. I didn't watch any of the games. They eventually lost the series 4-2. So they won their first 2 games. They lost the next 4. I was a little sad that they lost, but I didn't watch. Created a stir by suggesting he might walk away from professional football rather than submit either to an experimental RNA altering shot or to be unreasonable restrictions. There you go, right there. RNA altering shot. Do you want to change your DNA? You want to change your DNA? Other players, including the Buffalo Bills wide receiver Cole Beasley, have also been outspoken against the shot. However, Hopkins, still at the peak of his promising career after several banner seasons with the Houston Texans, is the highest impact player thus far to speak out. Wow. And he's going to the Arizona Cardinals? Well, I hope the Arizona Cardinals are like, no, man, it's all good. You can play with us. Nonetheless, he sent a follow-up signals that indicating that he would fold. Nonetheless, he sent follow-up signals indicating that he would fold under pressure, including that of the woke NFL Players Association, which announced its support for withholding the salaries of a player who failed to comply with the shot mandates. The only difference this year is that the NFL's decision to impose additional penalties on clubs which are responsible for the outbreak and the availability of proven shots. The NFLPA said in a letter on Thursday, the protocols we jointly agree to help get us through a full season last year without missing games checked and are effective when followed. Had he chosen to retire early, Hopkins would have owed the Cardinals $22 million in unearned signing bonus money. I'm sure he'd be fine with that if he's that good of a player. He appeared to put the rumors to rest with a follow-up tweet. By the way, I got 9 more years in me. Y'all have a good day. All right, cool. So it looks like he's going to get the shot anyway. Well, there you go. Well, did you know it was going to be a sports night? So the Cleveland Indians have changed their name to the Guardians. Announced on Friday, it's officially changing its name from the Indians to the Guardians. The organization announced last year that it would change its name after activists claims the franchise moniker was racist. Team officials took a poll of potential names, and the fan favorite liked, and Guardians was the top pick. You know what? It was probably because Guardians of the Galaxy was such a big movie. So I disagree with this shit. I don't know if it was racist or not, but there's plenty of that aren't. The Washington Redskins, okay, that's a good argument right there to say, yeah, this is probably a little too far because it was a derogatory term created by the white man, right? But when you're talking about the Atlanta Braves, the Cleveland Indians, right, the Chiefs, these are not derogatory terms. In fact, I knew a lot of living in Arizona. We have a pretty good sized Navajo Nation population here. A lot of them loved the freaking Washington Redskins back in the day. What is going to introduce people to the Indian culture? Right? What's going to do that? I think Indians, and I'm talking about Native Americans. I think they're losing their culture, to be honest. I think people are not caring as much anymore. You got the young people of the Navajo Nation who are, of this world and want to be businessmen or whatever they want to do. They're not interested in doing their, ceremonial dances and keeping the old traditions alive. They're not. They could give a shit about the old traditions. The old traditions were still done for quite a while, and I don't know, they probably still are, but I think it's going to go away because you had a lot of people that were interested in it for many reasons. And I'm just saying that one of the reasons may be that, I'm a fan of the Cleveland Indians. Maybe I'll check out why they got their name, or about Indians in Ohio and stuff like that. So I think they're losing their heritage, to be honest. Nobody talking, man. You all sleeping. What are you watching? You got me in the background and watching some television shit? What? Who's playing right now? Anybody playing? I don't think so. Is the Olympics on? Senate Dems claim the FBI didn't thoroughly investigate Kavanaugh's tips. What? A group of Democrats in the Senate Judiciary Committee this week claimed the FBI did not adequately investigate the sexual assault allegations made against the Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. In a letter to the FBI, Chris Wray, 7 Democratic senators accused the FBI of being politically constrained by the Trump's White House and failing to set up an accurate tip line during a supplemental background investigation into Kavanaugh. The accusation comes in response to a June 30th letter from Jill Tyson, Assistant Director for the FBI Office of Congressional Affairs, that revealed the FBI received more than 4,500 tips about Kavanaugh over the course of the background check that it turned over to the White House official of league counsel. In their letter to Wray, Democrat Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois, Patrick Leahy of Vermont, and Chris Coons of Delaware, Cory Booker of New Jersey, demanded to know how the FBI defined relevant tips. Your letter fails to explain how the FBI... They're going after his ass. Huh. The Democratic senators demanded Wray to hand over all documents related to the FBI's supplemental background investigation into Kavanaugh. They're going to try to get him off the bench, I wonder. Democrats tried to derail Kavanaugh's confirmation by pushing evidence-free sexual assault allegations against him, even of which he denied. He was confirmed after it became clear there was no substantive evidence to back the allegations. However, some of the many tips that flooded into the Judiciary Committee during the dubious predicated probe of Kavanaugh were later acknowledged to be hoaxes. Left-wing media figures like now disgraced Michael Avenatti, who was for the president at the time to encourage cable news followers to sow chaos. Meanwhile, the left's since ignored mantra of believe all women occurred false accusers that would not be held to account for speaking their individual truths following the inspiration of credible but uncorroborated accuser Mrs. Ford. Pelosi raises a toast to Cheney. Let us salute Liz for her courage. He turned his back on Trump. He is toast now. Did he? How did Kavanaugh turn his back on Trump? I might have missed that one. Pelosi raised the glass to Liz Cheney. It was the most unlikely of toasts. Not really. I mean, she's pretty much a Democrat. I would not be surprised in the least if she switches parties. Although she might if she loses the nomination. Like, they're already talking about how they're running people up against her. So if she doesn't get the nomination for the Republican Party, watch her run as a Democrat or an independent, and then be a Democrat later on. Pelosi spoke on the solemn responsibility before them and raised the water glass to Cheney, a daughter of the former president. Yeah, yada yada. Let us salute Liz Cheney for her courage, she said, according to a person familiar with the gathering who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss the private meeting. Yeah. Merging partnerships between Pelosi and Cheney's is remarkable, if not astounding. The longtime political adversaries joined forces to investigate what happened on, the 6th of November. It was actually January, right? Yeah, 6th of January. Cool. I thought this was going to be a long one, especially since I added that reaction to that dude. What was it? Burden. Burden. Go check out Burden. Link in the descriptions below. If you weren't here for the rap, you should check it out. Go back to the beginning of the episode. We did a reaction to Burden. He's a hip hop artist. Message from America. He's got a lot of good ones. Riot for Me is a really good one. I enjoyed that one. I haven't heard a whole bunch of them, but I have heard Riot for Me. I've heard We the People and Message from America. I'll probably check him out more often. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Stinger Raps. New channel, bruh. No, I don't rap. I don't rap. I mean, After we're done here, I'm going to take a little bit of time off, but in about an hour, I'm going to be live on Twitch. On Twitch, on Stinger's Playground. Nobody ever comes there. I don't know why I'm pumping it. I've had a few people drop in and say hello, but that was about it. Tonight we'll be doing karaoke, and I do sometimes attempt to rap. I'm not saying I'm good at it, and I definitely don't come up with my own shit. But I have thought about doing like a reaction thing. I don't know why. It's probably because I watch too many damn reaction channels, to be honest. Anyway, we're going to be doing that later as the Batman. So that'll be fun. And now that I got a fresh cut, I might not be in the Bat costume the whole time. I might have to show off a little bit. Anyway, so the video that we watched is in the descriptions below. It's the first link. That's going to take you over to Burden's YouTube channel. Well, actually, it's going to take you to the official video, Message from America. From there, you can check out his entire playlist if you want. I'll probably get copyrighted for well, I don't get any revenue anyway because I'm 100% demonetized. So at this point, I'm like, fuck it. Let's just put everything on. I don't give a shit. But go check him out. Other things down there, all the causes I believe in and support. Y'all know what they are. We have the pH association. That's the disease I currently live with and will probably die from. I've gone into that more in other things, but it's kind of a long spiel, so I'm not going to go into it too much. The pH association is looking for a cure. It is an orphan disease, so not pretty much, I believe, the only person looking for a cure, or the only organization, is the pH association that's looking for a cure, because it's not a big disease. Very few people get it. Other than that, we have the GOA, Gun Owners of America. They're going out and trying to fight for your gun rights legally, and I am a member of them, which is the only, well, no, it's not the only. It was one of the first groups, probably the second group that I joined. The first group that I joined, I believe, was the AZCDL. Yeah, Arizona Civil Defense League. Other than that, we have ProjectRecover.org. That's an organization that goes out and looks for lost service members and returns their remains to their families. And my good buddy, Irish USMC vet, who is in the chat right now, is trying to start up a location in Tennessee where veterans can stay and live room and board free while learning new skills like farming, blacksmithing, and gunsmithing. He calls it Rally Point Irish. So down below, there is a link to Rally Point Irish GoFundMe page. I donate 50% of all my earnings on this channel to Irish's GoFundMe, Rally Point Irish. So if you decide to donate to my channel, because that's the only way this channel makes money, then just know that 50% of that donation will be sent to Irish from me every time. If you want, you could go over to Rally Point Irish and just donate 100% of anything that you were thinking about giving me. I'd be totally fine with that. It's totally cool with me, because I would like to see that shit get done, and I know he would as well. Other than that, we have all the places that you can follow me. I have a secondary YouTube channel. I am currently live on DLive. I have a Twitter, and the biggest one I like to promote is my Discord. If you don't have a Discord account, it's free. It's like Twitter or any of these other things, but this one's private. Well, it's not private, but there's no problems, man. We all just hang out there and share memes or stories or whatever you want to do. And we've grown a little bit. The Discord room is filling up, you know, so it's always great to see one of y'all come on over and give it a shot. It's not too difficult, hopefully. And if you're having issues with it, let me know and I'll try to help you out. Other than that, all the ways you can donate to the channel are down below as well. So if you do decide that you want to donate money to this channel, thank you so much. There are ways to do it. If you don't want to donate money, but you still want to help us out, because I know everybody has a different situation. Just recently I was broke as hell. I couldn't subscribe to anybody on Twitch, which costs money. It's like the join feature. And I couldn't do anything nice for people that I enjoyed over there. So I get that. So if you want to help me out without spending any money, liking, commenting, subscribing, obviously, and sharing. Sharing's the best. Because if you share my video with 3 other people that you think will like this content, and like one person does like it and stays, well, that's a new person, right? And that person might share it with other people, which, you know, that's the being demonetized and shadow banned on YouTube. That's the only hope that I have of ever increasing any kind of audience. Now, I'm not trying to get rich. I'm not trying to be a big time YouTuber. This is something I do because I enjoy it. But at the same time, if you enjoy it, maybe others will enjoy it. And I like it when people enjoy my shit. Why else would I put this up? If nobody enjoyed it and I was doing this by myself every fucking night, then yeah, I'd probably stop. That's probably the best way to get me to stop doing the evening catch up. Just never show up for a week. If nobody showed up for a week, I'd be like, yep, I'm shutting this shit down. I'm going to do something different. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I'm going to go get ready for Twitch. I will see you tomorrow for the Bible chat. We might be doing it about the Antichrist. That might be a fun one. So if you're into that, I'll see you then. If not, I'll be back next Monday for the next evening catch up. Until then, make sure to keep your family close. Watch out for that government. Try to live as free as you can in the tyrannical world we live in. And if you do decide to live as a free man or woman or non-binary, just know that freedom ain't free. And you're going to probably have to pay the consequences of living like a free man. But good on you if you decide to do it. I'll see you later. Peace.